You ever heard your team ask, what is this feature really? Why are we doing this? Or what is this story and what is this actually for? Those are great questions. And the way you can get down to the bottom of that, one technique is called the 5 whys. Now, if you're familiar with that, great. Hang in there. I'm going to tell you some new things and new ways to use it and why it's so powerful for centering your team on the actual value that's being delivered and why they're doing the work that they're doing. Stay with us. Now, sometimes the reason, I'll do a single air quote because I'm holding the phone. Sometimes the reason that you get for doing a feature or a story is that my boss said that we had to do this, or risk and compliance requires that we do this, or there's a government agency that's asking us to do this, or we have a deadline that's been imposed from on high. And none of those are reasons to do a feature or a story. They're important, don't forget about those, but that's not the primary reason why you're doing the work. And that's where the 5 whys comes in. So behind the 5 whys, the concept is you keep asking why, and usually it's less than 5 times, hopefully not more, but you get to the real answer about why something is being done, why you're doing a feature or a story, if you keep on asking why every time you get an answer that is not the true why. For example, you might hear, we need this by the end of the 3rd quarter. Why? Because that's our deadline that's been set. Why? Because there are regulators or groups that have assigned this to us and we have promised it by that time. Why? And that's when you really start getting, after that why, is when you start getting into some of the real reasons. It may be because the sign-in that you're using right now is inadequate to safeguard your data. Maybe that's what it is. If so, safeguarding your data is part of that why, but it's not the true why. It's that it is customer data. Your company has made commitments to safeguard that data and to keep the customer, the user's trust. You have to do what you promised that you would do with that data, keeping it in a safe place. That's the why. So the real why usually comes down to making life easier, safer, faster, better for our users, for our customers. So try to have your team connect with that when we're in backlog refinement. When we're in feature planning or talking about a story, you want to keep digging into the why and teach your team how to do it. The Scrum Master is certainly not the only one who does that. You want your team to care about this, know about this, understand this, and do this and practice at it. So you can be the catalyst to get things going and remind them and show them how to do it. And you'll do that a few times, right? And you'll do it when new folks come along. But the core members of the team should be picking up on this and should be asking these questions too. And when they do, that's a great thing. When you're in backlog refinement or sprint reviews, showing the stories and features to the stakeholders in that format helps them kind of reframe things and not just talk about mandates, but actually connect it to the value. Your stakeholders will be a lot happier with that. Your management will be a lot happier with that, and your team will understand the work that they're doing and what the actual goal is. So the 5 whys really help you and your team cut through all the politics and the noise and the nonsense and connect to what the real purpose and value is that you're delivering to the customer. So help your team practice this. Management is going to love it. They're going to benefit from it too. It's going to make you look a lot more on the ball and effective as a Scrum Master too, because you've got a real handle on the value that your team is delivering. And once your team starts joining you and helping out with that, it's all goodness, and they're going to be a lot more connected to their work and understand what the value is. And that helps them do their work better, easier, morale goes up. They understand what they're actually doing. They can make better decisions in their day and during the sprint. And when they're working with other folks, they can represent that to them in a way that makes sense. You're talking about value. Getting to the real why is not harder, it's just different. It's a different mindset, it's a different way of thinking. Start training your team and helping them to think in that way. That's Agile. Given mandates and given tasks that they can't connect to and they don't quite understand how it connects to value, that's the old waterfall model. That's the I say, you do model. And we want to stay away from that. Hope you like these walk and talks. If you're enjoying it, leave me a comment. Tell me about what you'd like to see. Are there any topics you would like to tackle? I do not have a dog with me today, unfortunately. I thought I'd come out here just by myself. Things are cooling off here in North Carolina in early September. Hope you're doing well where you are. Happy Agile. See you on the next video. The golden hour right now. Got good light. Hopefully that is showing up back there for you. Beautiful out here today. Perfect temperature. Cannot complain. I am very blessed to live where I do what I do, and that's part of what keeps you in the right mindset, I think, at least for me, when you're going about your workday. Being thankful for your team, thankful for what you do, thankful for your company, all of the things that help to make you successful, all of those foundational things. Hope you're doing well, and I'll see you on the next video.